Hey guys, and welcome back. My name's Ohaple, and today I just wanted to share this gameplay with you. This is me and OMG doing the Dreadvault boss. We partied up, this is on Xbox One, and we partied up with some randoms just through the queue system in the game, and these three were not that great. The sloth guy kept randomly running off, dying, while we were actually going through the dungeon, so it wasn't great. We weren't very confident that we were actually going to be able to beat this boss, but spoiler alert, me and OMG managed to do it. Just the two of us beat the boss from about 3/4 health or so. So I thought we'd go through that, and I also wanted to make this a little bit of a guide for you guys on Xbox One, because I do think that this is one of the hardest bosses of the dungeons. Once you know how to do it, it's not too bad, but it's a much different mechanic from a lot of the other bosses in the game, where you can just go up and spam him, kill the ads, spam the boss some more. This isn't so much like that because of these tentacles you see. They will completely decimate you if you get in their range. And what I was originally going to make this commentary on is, you see those red bars that poke out from the tentacles from time to time? That's where it's going to hit. And on Xbox One at least, they are not accurate. They do not actually show you where they're actually going to hit. You can be well outside of those bars and still get completely pummeled by those tentacles. So if you are playing on Xbox One, be wary of that. You should mostly just avoid the tentacles altogether. It might be because of lag on the Xbox One. I'm not sure. I didn't have the same problem on PC. But the strategy we're doing here is we are on this front left corner, and you can actually run straight up to the boss here, and the tentacles won't be able to hit you. The boss only has a couple attacks, the brain does, so you don't have to worry too much about those, especially if you're a great weapon fighter. You can use your unstoppable, and he won't be able to blast you back or anything. So this is the spot you want to be at when you're attacking him, if you are an up-close and personal type character. Additionally, you'll notice that when the little brain guys come around, the ads, they've got a little purple haze on them, and that haze then connects back to the boss. You don't want to kill those guys while they have that on. You want to back them away from the boss, see how it goes away now, then you kill them. Otherwise, they're going to give health back to the boss, and that kind of is counterproductive because you're healing the guy you're trying to kill. So if you're a ranged attack, you want to be standing probably about where OMG is. The tentacles won't hit you there, but you can do damage. I'm going to speed it up from here on because this is like an 18-minute fight or something, because it was just she and I. So you're just going to run up, do a bunch of damage. Once the ads become too heavy on you and you can't survive as long, back it up, kill them, take care of it that way. You'll notice there are also two mini-bosses that pop up. This one, again, not too bad. The mini-bosses are actually pretty similar to the normal bosses you'd find in the game. They've got a couple special attacks, but they're nothing crazy. They can actually boost you backwards, so be careful of that. If you're near one of the edges, they might be able to push you off, so make sure to keep that in mind as well. But just trash the boss, the mini boss guy, and then go straight back to hurting the big brain. This is about the point here in, I don't know, about 30 seconds in the video where all of our teammates die. You'll see their health bars on the left just like completely drop. It'll say dead, 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 like almost all at once. And so more than half the fight at least is just me and OMG handling it. And doing this method, we actually didn't have any close calls. I've only beat this boss once or twice on PC, and then this is the first time I beat it on Xbox. And doing this, it's not hard. It was definitely super helpful that we had this strategy, thanks to OMG for that, and that she was a healer. Having a healer is super crucial. She was able to mark the boss so that whenever I was doing damage, I was also regenerating a lot of health. And then I was able to just go up there and focus completely on damage while she was back there healing me and marking the boss. So it worked out great. You just see his health just drops super fast, even for it just being a 1v, or excuse me, a 2-on-1 against the boss. And I would also like to say, like, it's not super incredible that we were able to do this like a two-man job, because she and I are both a little bit over-leveled for this dungeon. This is not the epic dungeon. This is the standard level 60 version. And she and I both have around a 10,000 gear score. So that is something to keep in mind. But using this strategy, like if our whole team had followed this strategy, this fight could have been over in probably half the time, even though some of them were much lower, not lower level, but had a lot of blues on them. Some of them even had green items. So yeah, if you follow this strategy, it's not too hard. The second boss will pop up there. I think that's at about, quarter health or so. And do the same thing to him. Just make sure to avoid the tentacles while you're fighting these bosses. That's the one thing that can trip people up, and I think it actually gets OMG here in a minute, is while we're fighting one of the bosses or whatever, she ends up getting in range of one of the tentacles, and especially if you're not heavily armored, the tentacles will take you out in pretty much one burst. Killing all the ads, killing them, running up, fighting the boss some more. We're just basically rinse and repeat. We're just kind of cheesing the boss. Again, for Great Weapon Fighter, I will post in the description the build that I'm using. I am obviously not all the way done with the build. I've still got lots of armor and stuff I need to get. But as far as the skills and stuff go, I am following a guide off of mmomines.com, I think it is. And we went over that guide a little bit in my last Neverwinter video. It's a great build. It's the same build I did on PC. Now I've done it again on Xbox, and for playing Great Weapon Fighter, I really do like it. It's a PvP critical strike focused build. And it's great for, it's not so great for PvP. Usually when I go in PvP, I just get trashed. But this is the last thing before we take out the boss. Use my restoring strike and he's toast. But yeah, it's not so great for PvP because you don't do a lot of damage all at once. You can do a lot of damage over an area, so when you have a lot of mobs around you, you can take them out. Again, I'm no pro with this game, but I do think this strategy is helpful. There we go, we took it out. Our teammates, who are pretty useless, decide to come down and join us as we celebrate. I can only imagine from their point of view that they were only in the fight about 5 minutes or so, and then they have to just like sit up there and watch. Look at that, almost 11 million damage compared to the rest of those guys. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Here in a second, I'll show you guys generally the gear I'm working with. Make sure to have a great day, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.